Is there a universe outside of Bravo?
Did we miss the training manual to our 30s?
No. Are they for real?
Thank God for our girlfriends. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos with Kelly and Kyra. We hope that you had a great week and that you're ready to laugh about how none of us have it figured out.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wow, very nice, sweet, cheerful, just
Cutesy.
very, very cutesy. Into it. I liked that.
I did my best.
Really liked it. We felt it.
I'm so glad. I want the listeners to start giving feedback. Just on anything, really, but specifically my good morning. But we'll take any.
We're going to start a new series, and I'm just going to make like a montage of all of Kelly's good mornings, and we'll see how it fluctuates.
Perfect. That would be fun.
No pressure. This is going to be used against you in the court of law, but no pressure.
Well, hopefully you'll just use the past ones so that I don't have to think about it going forward.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will be thinking about it, but the montage could be the past.
Well, yes, it has to be because I can't tell the future, so.
Right. So then why would there be pressure? Because it already happened.
Well, because now you know I'm going to do it, so I know you and you're going to think about it. And
well, that's why I'm saying so use the past ones that I already did.
Honestly, I think I might use some of like the ones in the past.
I think if you use the ones in the past, like it would take the pressure off.
Yeah.
Because then like I don't have to think about it because it already happened.
Right. So probably I'll go with the ones from the past.
Yeah. So if you don't want to stress me out, maybe you just use the ones from that already happened.
Yeah. And then do you think once we take the photos, we'll be able to
get our brand kit?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I love when we're on the same page. It's like
never happens.
I know. But then like when it does, it's like it takes the pressure off because we're like in the past. It's just a sweet spot. You see me, I see you.
We see
that's where you were, you know?
Right.
You were there.
Right.
With your neighbor that you don't know. It's just feels good. Feels good.
So guys, this weekend I met some of Kelly's childhood friends from Alaska.
That I didn't know.
They were from the village. And so, so my childhood neighbor is in San Diego for her friend's bachelorette party. And so she wanted to gift her hair and makeup and like make her feel really pretty for one of their nights out. And so my friend and I had gone over. And so I'm just like talking to the girls, getting to know them. And it turns out the majority of them are from Alaska. And I was like, well, if I know about one other state, it's this one. And so, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, my business partner is from Alaska. She's going to love this. And so, of course, in regular true Kyra fashion, I text Kelly the vaguest thing ever. And I know, but I'm like doing hair. So I know I'm not going to also have time to answer. And I'm like, oh, she's going to hate this. And so then the girls had like looked, up Kelly's Instagram and they were like, oh, like, let's see if we have friends in common because they're all from Anchorage as well, where Kelly had gone to high school. And they did not go to the same high school. Oh my gosh, which is also funny because when you sent me what high school you went to, but then they pronounce it, but it's pronounced Diamond. And I was like, maybe it's a different one. I was like, she went to Diamond? And they were like, and they were like, oh no, like that's just how it's spelled. And I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Kyra, like deductive reasoning, like, Diamond, don't see the correlation. She went to Diamond.
Imagine we had two. One was Diamond, one was Diamond. I'm dead.
So that's a little bit about me and how I sound things out. But they did have like a few people that they did have in common. Not really friends, but like of course Kelly knows them, and that
It
whole
brought
thing.
back great memories.
Yeah, something like that. But it was like so nice to see my friend, and I haven't seen her. Coincidentally, one of my friend Chrissy that was just here for Stacy's wedding moved to Chicago at one point, and her and Jackie became friends, which again is just like so random, and they ended up working together. And
Oh.
so I haven't seen Jackie, who is my neighbor, my childhood neighbor, since Chrissy's wedding, which I believe was like 2018.
Mm.
So it's been, some time. And she was like, wait, that's the last time we saw each other. And I was like, well, yeah, neither of us live in the same state. And my mom moved out of Connecticut. So yeah, like we don't see each other, but we
Mhm.
talk. And so it was just so nice to see her. And like, it was great. It was so great. Cause it's like when you see that, like when you have that like piece of your childhood, it just brings back all of those types of memories,
Yeah.
And believe it or not, she was my bad influence. Okay.
Oh.
I still am not really like a partier drinker. Whenever I did, it was with her.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, she was like, I was kind of a bad influence. I'm like, yeah. All right.
All right.
So that was really nice. But what wasn't nice for me was leaving my apartment the other day, walking out front, because I parked in the front instead of in the back of my parking spot, and saw a dead cockroach.
Maybe that was the one that was
No,
in
this one
your...
was smaller. This one was smaller. So unless it's gone on a big diet in a week, this was not the same.
Well, he died and shrunk.
I don't think so. I keep trying to tell myself that I was a figment of my imagination and that I didn't really see what I saw, because I've yet to see anything else, which, like, yes, is good, but also, again, where did it go? So now that I have seen one in my apartment and outside of my apartment, I think it's time to move.
One was dead, one was on his journey to death.
And
So,
both did not, I didn't need to have eyes on either.
right. But
And not only did I see a cockroach outside dead this week, but the possum was back. So if you guys have been listening, I've had a journey with this fucking possum. And it has not been around in a while. And it was so weird. So my friend like gets up and he like goes in my kitchen window and looks, and I'm like, what are you doing? And because he was about to leave. And he was like, you're not going to believe it. And I was like, no. He goes, it's right there. And I'm like, no. So then I go over and I look, and it is right at the bottom of my stairs on the fence. And like I said, we're both equally as scared of anything and not helpful to one another at all. He was like, I just knew it. He's like, I just had this gut feeling, because I was like, yeah, that's so weird that you like went over to the window to look. Like, even when he normally looks, like he'll just open the door and look out, like to see. So it was just so weird that he did that to begin with. And he was like, he's just so funny, because he's like, is it leaving? Is it moving at all? Is it? And I was like, I'm not talking to it. Like,
it lives here.
Like, I don't know. It's sitting there. Like, what do you? He's like, I can't. No, Kyra. He's like, I gotta go. Like, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, the same thing I'm doing. Freak out. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. So then I like open the door, and I'm like, I don't even like have anything to like throw at it, like not at it to like hurt it. No, like to like make a noise on my fence, because it's like on my fence. Okay. So I'm trying, like, but I'm like, but I don't know, it's like I have like a stockpile of rocks in my apartment, like I'm like, what do I even have? So then I was like, a AAA battery, like, so I'm like, you got to throw it, like you're gonna get it, like you play sports, like you have an arm, like and can do this. And like, yes, I'm an athlete, and yes, I'm the host of the #1 sports podcast, which, by the way, really quickly, guys, my neighbor was like, she was like, oh, have you guys not met Kyra? They were like, she's the host of the #1 sports podcast. And I was like, you know how great it feels to hear that? And like, just like people know, like we are like, not that they shouldn't know, because hello, we're the #1 sports podcast. Like,
Right. But
But
some
it's
people
just
don't
like-
have social media and they're just not in the know.
mhm.
So, especially like the one they're from Alaska, so maybe
We don't know what
There's-
the reception's like in the village, you know?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I was just like, thank you, you know? And so now back to the possum, I'm like, I get that I'm the co-host of the #1 sports podcast, but like, I don't want to be an athlete all the time.
Right.
You
It was
know?
your day off.
Like, get the possum.
Mhm.
So he's like, of course. Oh, and like the back of it was facing us, and then all of a sudden it like turns around and it's like beady eyes, and he's like, nope, no. He's like, he's staring at me, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. I throw the battery right over the fence. Doesn't do anything that it needed to do. Doesn't hit anything. Doesn't make a noise. The
Why
possum
didn't you
pre-
just like hit it on the fence? Is your
I was trying.
no, but I meant like is your stairs, is it metal?
Mm-mm.
Like the railing?
It's wood.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's on like my like not where my
I know
walkway-
where the thing is, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I meant like your stairs, there's no metal on it. Okay, because I was
My
saying
stairs, there's metal.
yeah, so why
Um,
don't you just hit the battery on it, like knock it to
Here's
make
the thing,
noise.
Kel, that to me in my mind would make it angry and then turn around and jump onto the railing and attack me.
Oh, so you'd rather just throw something at it?
Yes, and then
And
hide
that
in
wouldn't
my
make it
house.
angry.
And then hide in my house.
But why don't you can knock and then hide?
I tried putting my light on it too. Like I have like a camera, so I tried like flashing the light to like see. Nope. So this went on for about 25 minutes, and then
Oh yeah, you definitely weren't pissing it off.
no. And then out of nowhere, it just scurried away.
Well, when to get its family to come back and kill you?
So I've been in my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking. So
Uh-huh.
every single night, I've been very nervous to enter my apartment when the sun falls. So
I would be too. I would be home before sunset.
Yeah.
You
I
fucked
just, like,
around.
it's just, like-
now you're gonna find out.
Like I know that the universe hears me and knows that I'm not a nature person. So like, stop trying to make nature happen. Stop. I'm done. I don't feel safe.
The possum was not inside your home. He was just inside his
Might
own
as well have
home.
been. Might as well have been.
He was just minding his own business.
Was he?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not in your house. I'm not blocking your stairs. I'm just sitting here and you're harassing me. And you're throwing stuff at me and you're blinding me with a light. I'm not doing
Take a
anything.
hint, my guy. Take a hint. Don't come back. Don't come back to these parts. You hear me?
He's like, well, now I am going to be, maybe he sent the cockroach.
Maybe they are
Because-
cahoots.
Yeah. Because he's like, I didn't bother you. Now I'm gonna.
So I'm moving.
It's not a good
So
look
all
for
that to
you.
say, Kelly and I are switching places, and she's moving in. And
Well, there's a lot more little creepy crawlers here. Not recently, but like I told you, there was a scorpion in my house. I don't
yeah,
think he would like
I'm not
that.
built for that.
No.
I would have just said, "Take me, get your little tail and sting me.
Yeah.
It's fine."
So I don't think you would do well here.
Death by scorpion. It's a cooler story, I guess, than death by possum.
I
Or
don't think.
death by dying cockroach.
Yeah, well, I don't think a cockroach would kill you.
No, the heart attack would.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
at least
Maybe,
scorpion sounds badass.
yeah. But the possum wasn't even in your house. The other two.
The other one.
Well, I meant the scorpion was in
Oh,
mine and the
yeah,
cockroach
yeah.
was in yours. But like the burning the house down would be kill me. So
I just.
Well, I'm sorry that you had another traumatic experience with an animal.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
But is that it for your week?
Well, then I did go. So Del Frisco's has been at the Intercontinental for some years now, and they closed it recently and then rebranded, and now it's Mastro's, which is one of my favorite steakhouses. So we went and checked that out last night, me and Sissy, and just a wonderful meal. And what was even more delightful is that the server that we had was always my server at Del Frisco's. And so he was like, hey, and like, he was like, welcome back. And he was like, you girls are so fun. And like, we just like had like a great night with him. And then we like had this great table outside, which like I wasn't too happy about at first, but then it ended up being really great because there was a fireworks show on the midway and we just got to enjoy that. And then like their espresso martinis are like chef's kiss, and they give them to you. And if you get a martini at Mastro's, they like bring out the shaker too. So you get like 2.5 martinis in one. So it's like, and then they had their butter cake, which one thing about me, it is my ultimate favorite dessert is a butter cake. Kelly, their butter cake was this big. Like it came out and me and Sissy were like, like,
that made up for the dessert that you didn't get in LA.
Yes, exactly. You took the words out of our mouth. We had this exact same conversation. We said, listen, we're full, but one thing we're getting tonight is dessert because we didn't get it in LA. We're getting it today.
Nice.
So I had a good week.
Cool.
In a not good week.
Okay.
The good with the bad.
It ended well, so that's good.
Yes.
I had, I think I had the same. So this week at work, we did our summer Olympic type event. I guess it's not really called Summer Olympics. It was last year, but I guess they changed the name every year. I don't really know, but it's basically, a fun day in the summer where we go to Mission Bay. We have multiple Mission Bay days in the summer, but this is a day with all of the different advising teams. We go and we compete for a trophy. And so the last 2 years, my team won. And last year, I got first place in cornhole, which was the part that I competed in. And then I don't remember, there was like a couple like full team things that I obviously participated in. But anyways, so I had the trophy in my office the whole year because I had gotten first place in like the, obviously not individual, I had a partner, but
we know.
You get it.
We know who earned the trophy.
Right. So I've had the trophy. So I had to go on the morning of to my office to pick up the trophy to bring it, even though it was like, we're going to be bringing it right back. So we were all pumped. The repeat, I'm competitive. I'm like, it doesn't matter if this matters. I'm competitive. Okay. And I've told you before, and I think I told it on this podcast, like, I don't like participating in fun activities where people aren't being competitive, because then it's like, stop wasting my time. So anyways, my team, the people that are competitive, we want to win. We're like, okay, this is our, So every year, a different team, there's 8 teams. Every year, a different team is in charge of the event. So, like, we didn't know what the events were going to be, but, like, we're athletes and, like, we're all ready. So we know we're going to kill it. Right. So you do kind of have to be, like, strategic about who does what events, because everyone has strengths and you don't know what the events are until, like, they announce them as you go along. So the first event was like carrying an egg, and you have to like run and then run back, and they needed 3 people. And I was like, not my strong. I'm going to sit this one out.
And let me tell you, that is something about being on a team, is you have to know your strengths and weaknesses.
Mhm.
And are you an athlete? Yeah. Could you have done it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew something else is going to be around the corner that I'm going to be better at.
Right. But you know what my strength was during that?
Mm.
I stood on the sidelines and I screamed at the people that were cheating. You bet your bottom dollar I did. So there was people cheating. And
Now,
I
what
asked,
were they doing?
So I'll get to that in 1 second. But I asked beforehand, I said, okay, we need very clear rules because I'm not messing around. I mean, I'm not watching people hold it with their other hand over the spoon. We're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the rules with the second hand? And they
Mhm.
said no second hand except for when you are passing it to the next person because there's 3 people.
Got
So
it.
they said you can use your second hand only when you're passing it. And I said, okay, perfect. So these cheaters were holding their thumb. They were holding the egg, running.
That
and I said,
literally defeats the entire thing.
cheating! Cheating! I was screaming. I was literally screaming at the cheaters so much I didn't even realize that my team was winning. So anyways, my team got first place. Duh. It didn't cheat. So, because the first 2 people that went on my team, they were like slow and steady, and I was like cheering for them, like, yay, like you're doing good, because you don't want to like run, because then if the egg falls, like you're done. So they were doing good, but then our third coworker, he like ran so fast and got first place, and we didn't have to cheat. So I was like, cheaters never prosper. But I was like, don't worry, guys. I was there pointing at the cheaters, and I think it threw them off because they were like, oh shit, there's a ref. So anyways, that was my contribution.
It's just sad that we have to live in a world in which we need a ref everywhere.
I know. It's sad that people can't just win on ability. So anyways.
Do you think you intimidated them? Do you think that's why they felt like they had to cheat? Because they're like, I know who I'm going up against.
Yes, because they knew that we were going to win again. Mm-hmm. So then they announced the second thing, and they're like, this is the water balloon toss. And I'm like, got it. I could definitely catch a ball, so I could catch a water balloon for sure. So then my other coworker who had just won the egg thing, he was like, okay, I could do this one too. But then he was kind of like, are you good at catching? Like he was kind of making me nervous. And then I was like, well, you aren't sounding very confident in me, so that's making me a little nervous. I need my partner to have full confidence, because I have full confidence in you and in myself. I need you to be on the team. And he was like, no, I have full confidence. And I was like, okay, because if you don't, you need to pick a different partner, because I'm not messing around. And he was like, no, I do. And I was like, okay, good. So we start playing. It's traditional water balloon toss. You toss it, take a step back, toss it, take a step back. First place. Duh. I mean, easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy. So we get first place in the first 2 events. Then now
are the haters starting to heckle a little bit and like try to sabotage?
Yeah, well, okay, so with the water balloon toss, they were not normal water balloons. They kind of were like these, I don't really know how to explain. They didn't just break. They were kind of like they were leaking a little bit. So every time we threw them, like a little bit of water would come out, which was happening to everyone. And so so it was kind of like, okay, how do you determine who's out? Because they would call the judges who were running it. They'd be like, okay, I saw some water come out. And I'm like, well, it literally would be impossible to throw this in the air and no water to come out. There's like a seam. And so I'm like, so at one point they were like, okay, who has at least half the water left? And so we held ours up and we're like, well, we do. And so there was like 3 teams left in it. And then we ended up winning. But then people were like, oh, like they don't have that much water left. And I'm like, okay, well, they should have just had traditional water balloons. So it's like obvious, because I mean,
that's not my fault.
Right. Ours didn't break, so we won. So then the last or the next event was like, they called it a scavenger hunt, but it wasn't really a scavenger hunt. It was like they gave us a list of things, and we had 5 minutes, and you had to collect as many things as you could, and they each had points attached. And it was like random stuff. It was like headphones, chapstick, like foreign currency, a book, blah, blah, like just random stuff.
God, the foreign currency would get me.
Oh, well, my coworker lives in Mexico, so he had it in his pocket.
We love to say
Nope. It was like a receipt, a napkin, and we were allowed to go to our cars, which were right in the parking lot. So our team,
which we're back at work, so if we wanted, take a quick jog.
So, and it was like there was a bunch of items, but the most points you can get was 40. Like if you had every single item, you had 40 points. Our team, 40 points. Duh. We're the only team that got all 40 points. Okay.
I'm even more mad right now.
So I know. So we got all the points and we got first place in the 2 things. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like there might have been one other activity that I'm not remembering. But there was like a pin the tail on the donkey type of activity, but it was shark themed, so it was like a shark, and there wasn't really like places in that, but you just got points, and we got like 3 points from that, so we didn't get the highest, but we got the middle tier. So anyways, those were the activities, but the activities where there was places, we got first place. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now it's at the end. We have the highest points by over 10 points above the team below us. Mm-hmm. And so we're standing there and we thought, okay, they're going to have a final between the 2 highest, and it's probably going to be worth like 50 points or something. So it could still be anyone's game. Mm-hmm. So then they're like, okay, we have our, final activity between the last 2, the top 2 or whatever. And we're like, okay, like, what is it? We're like so excited. Rock, paper, scissors. And whoever wins the whole day.
That's not how competition works. It could have been like a Final Jeopardy where you could wager your points, like if you wanted to bring it down to that. But we're not all or nothing on rock, paper, scissors. So what did my points matter then?
Right. So why did we just do all this? So, okay, so
points.
This is the thing. Last summer, we did a rock, paper, scissors tiebreaker because we were tied for first place.
Right. That would make sense.
So that makes sense because it was just like they didn't prepare for us to be tied and we were tied. So it was like, okay, whatever. And we won. But it was like we were tied. We earned all the points. Mm-hmm. This time we were ahead by 10 points. We won all the things. And so if you can't tell already by my reaction, we lost the rock, paper, scissors because it's like a stupid thing. Mm-hmm.
It's like people are only rock, paper, scissoring in the event that there is a tie.
Right. And so then
it's not just its own standalone event.
No. And there's no skill involved. So then the other team is like so happy they won. I'm like, okay, first of all, I would not accept that. I would be like, no, we didn't win. That's like so lame. They're like, yeah, we won. And we had to like stand there and be like, I was so mad. Now, I'm just like,
I get it. You're a good sport.
No, I'm not.
I was going to say, keep the trophy. You earned it.
Well, so my coworker was like, let the record show that we won by points. Mm-hmm. Like she like yelled it out. And my boss was like, no. And we were like, no, we did. So anyways, luckily it was like the end of the day and the event. And so I like looked at my boss and I was like, I'm a sore loser. So I'm ready to go.
I'm going to need a paid day off tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've got to recover.
So we were not happy. So that was a bummer because it's just like, yes, it's just for fun. So then why are all of you sore losers?
And also, you got the 3-peat. You got it.
Right. So that was lame. And this is the thing. If we would have won fair and square in a final matchup or whatever, like even if we were ahead 10 points and then they beat us in a final thing that was actually like an activity, okay. I'm not a sore loser when it's a real thing. Mm-hmm. But rock, paper, scissors, that's not a real thing.
No.
So that was lame. So then the next day, well, not the next day, 2 days later, I go to pickleball. And okay, so I go to a couple different like places for pickleball, right? So this place, it's like open play, ladder style. So when you go there, they ask you what court you want to start on, and I pretty much always start on the same court. So does this other person. So I've met him multiple times, but I don't like know him or like I'm not like friendly with him. I just have met him.
Recognize the face.
Yes.
Familiar face.
Yes, and now the name because we introduced ourselves a couple weeks ago. So the other night he's kind of like one of those people that takes it a little too seriously, but like whatever. It's just like you could tell he like gets really annoyed when he loses, but okay, that's your own problem. And so the other night I played against him in the first game, which I typically do. I'm not typically his partner. So we played against each other. He lost. So we go our separate courts or whatever. A few games later, we're then on the same court again. And then we're partners. And I'm like an average player. Like I'm not like amazing. I'm talking about this night.
Okay. Got it.
So I play often, but whatever. I'm just doing my thing. I don't correct other people. I've talked about this a million times on this podcast. I don't care what other people are doing. I'm worried about myself, my game. I'm not a coach. I'm not telling other people what to do. And there are certain people who are very nice and who, if you're my friend or you're someone that is like actually knows what they're doing and there are correct ways to like give people pointers or help people with their game or whatever, then I totally appreciate that and I can take tips and advice. This type of person is not someone I would like that from. It's not the right time or place during a game when, first of all, I don't know you like that. Second of all, you're not that good either. So like you're missing half the shots and then you're trying to correct me. That's not who I'm going to want tips from. In contrast, there was another guy I played with that same night who was like, seemed like he was very, very good. I'm not really sure why he was at this level that we were playing at. And he was super nice. And he was like, oh, like you're doing great. Cause I get frustrated with myself sometimes. He's like, you're doing really good. And then he was like, do you want me to like show you something? And like the way that he said it was super nice.
So nice.
And not condescending. It wasn't in the middle of the game and being like, well, do you want to know what you did wrong? Like that type of thing. Because that's not the way you approach someone when they're frustrated and like, and you should ask, do you want me to give you this unsolicited feedback?
Totally.
And I appreciated that and I took it and I could tell like you're a really good player. So obviously I'm going to take advice from you. As opposed to this person who's trying to tell me in the moment what I'm doing wrong when you just missed 5 shots in a row. And you're just being a dick. So anyways, so he was kind of like telling me, oh, your eye's not on the ball. You're blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyways, he's mad that I am not doing well, even though he's not doing well. So we lose, which means we go down a court. We're now on court 2, which is the second to lowest. So once you go down, you split, like, and now you're playing against each other. And then now his partner is someone who seemed to be fairly novice, but is trying her best. Okay. It's a freaking novice to like intermediate league. And
there's no prize money.
No.
So like you're getting out there and being active.
Court 2 is the second to lowest. So obviously you should be able to be on court 2 and be like, I'm a beginner. Okay. And he starts on court 3. So you're obviously not like the freaking pro of the US.
Right.
So anyways, she's trying her best. Me and my partner are beating them. We have like 9 or 10 points. Whoever gets to 11 first wins. So we're almost, at the top of the game. She's about to serve. This man turns around in the middle of our game and starts talking to his wife, who is not in our game, complaining about how he's about to lose in the middle of the game.
Like if this is my husband, first of all, embarrassing. So we're probably gonna get a divorce. And second of all, like I'm going to be like, turn around and be part of the game.
100%, because his wife always starts on a higher court. She's better than him. So also, this is not proper etiquette. This is so rude. Why are you interrupting our game? Because your game got finished earlier. So why are you over here talking?
Mm-hmm.
You're rude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine if you were my partner and I turned around and started having a side conversation in the middle of our game, what you would have said, because you yell at me when I miss the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I just started talking to someone for no reason when you're serving.
Talking shit about you.
About you.
Like,
so she didn't notice that he was doing that because she's focused on serving. And so she serves it, and I was like running up to return it. And I was like, well, for some reason your partner's just not even part of the game. And so I returned it, but then like he was not part of the game. So
right.
I said, so I guess it's our serve again, because in my mind, it should have been.
That's a point. Like essentially, like.
Right. Like we won the point.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess for whatever reason, and because she's new, like we just like let her serve it again. But I would have been like, okay, you guys lost the point. But I mean, it wasn't that serious. We were going to win anyways. So I didn't really care. But I was like, what are you doing? Like,
not what he should be doing.
You're so rude. So then he's like, I have to go to court 1, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, get on court 1. So anyways, they go to court 1 and I go to court 3 because I won. So then the next game he had won, I had lost. So we're back on court 2. So we have to be partners. So he looks at the other 2 people that we're playing against and he's like, have you guys played together? Because I just played with her, even though we had not just played together. Like we played against each other. And the guys kind of like looked at us and I was like, yeah, he doesn't like playing with me. And he was like, oh, I didn't mean that. And I was like, well, I mean, how, like, you did, because, so they're like, yeah, we want to be partners. So I'm like, yeah, so it's not that serious. Yeah, like, we all have to play together.
Mm-hmm.
So we get pickled, which means we got 0 points and lost. And I did not do that on purpose. They were really good. And I was frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I
would have thrown the game. Sorry.
I didn't, but I was kind of like I was getting so frustrated because they were so good. And I felt like I had no support from my partner. Like every time I missed something, I was getting frustrated with myself and he wasn't like, it's okay or whatever, like good try, nothing.
He wasn't a teammate.
No. And so I'm just like, okay, so I wasn't trying to throw it, but I didn't care that, we lost. So at the end of every game, you go up to the middle and you tap paddles with every single person and you say, good game. He tapped both of their paddles, did not tap mine, stormed off like we're in freaking, I don't know. And I know this is like funny that I'm saying this because I just said how mad I was that like about the work Olympics, but I feel like this is very different because
very different.
Even in the work Olympics, I was like clapping and I was like, congrats, like even though it was annoying. But I'm like, okay. So he storms off, slams the gate shut. And I'm like, the other guys like looked at me like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know this man.
You guys have some like weird history that we don't know about.
And mind you, this man is like 50.
Did he bet his mortgage on this game?
Right. Like, I'm like, I don't know him. Like, I've only met him here. And I don't know him. So then I'm like, I told you he doesn't like playing with me. He's like, pissed that he lost or whatever. So then he's back in court 1. Well, we're both on court 1 because we lost. So then we're playing against each other. So then I was like, oh, he's going to like try to like hurt me and like slam the ball. And so he did try to like slam it really, really hard one time. And it just hit the net. And I literally was like, and it's funny because now I'm partners with the girl that he originally was complaining about. And we beat him on court 1. So I was like, okay, if you were that good, you would have no problem.
You wouldn't keep ending up here.
Right.
And you wouldn't keep getting beat.
Right. And it's like,
by me.
Exactly. Since I'm so bad and she's so bad, like, and we just beat you. So it felt good to like beat him. And you could tell that he was just like so pissed. And like, I'm telling you, when he slammed this ball, like, and it happens all the time where you're like right at the net and you go to slam it and then it hits the net and you're like, okay, that was stupid and like silly and everyone kind of laughs. But it's like the fact that you were so aggressive and so mad and you were trying to like hit it so hard right at me because I was standing right there. And then you couldn't. And it's like,
I wish it like went
back
back into his face.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay,
because we
bro.
know he's not wearing protective eyewear.
No, he was not. So yeah, I haven't even mentioned on here I got new glasses. They're very cute. I get lots of compliments on them actually.
They're so cute. They're exactly what I had in mind.
They are understated though. Like they're smaller than.
Yes. I'm still voting headlamp, as the days go on and the nights get shorter, but
no, there's lights on the court. We don't need a headlamp. Yeah. So anyways, he stayed on court 1. And then at the very end, the very last game, him and his wife were both on court 1. So bye. Bye,
loser.
Yeah. So that was like the bad things of my week. And then the good thing is I got to go to, I mentioned this last week, I got to go to Lions, Tigers, and Bears. And it was so amazing. I got to feed a 10-month-old tiger. Like from, not like with my hand, obviously. It's actually funny because
she fostered it for the weekend, everyone. So meet Tony.
So they this place they rescue big cats, bears, and other animals from places like what you would see on like the show Tiger King, or like some people just have like tigers and leopards and stuff when they're babies, and then they use them to make money. Like they'll have people pay to come like cuddle them, but then to do that you have to keep them like malnourished so they stay small, and then they like drug them up so that they like are just really docile. And so obviously that's animal abuse and horrible. And then eventually the animal does grow and like whatever, or the people just don't want it anymore, and they'll either kill it or just get rid of it or whatever. It's just like really horrible situations. So this place, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, rescues those animals. And it's the only like accredited big cat sanctuary in Southern California. It's beautiful. They have tons of space to roam and like really amazing facilities. And they're no contact. So they, even the people that work there, they don't touch the animals. So like when you see those shows like Tiger King, when they're like cuddling with the tigers and stuff like that, that's not how you're supposed to interact with wild animals. So they feed them with, I mean, we were feeding them the people that were visiting that got to feed them with like a stick, and they had the food on the end of it, and then there was like a specific whole thing that you put it in, and they got to eat it. And then obviously the actual keepers that work there have specific places they put their food in and stuff. But anyway, so it was really fun. I wanted to feed a grizzly bear. That was the animal I chose to feed, but it didn't come out of its bedroom is what they call it, which I think is cute. And I really like that they don't like make the animal come out if it doesn't want to, even though I was like really excited to see the 650-pound grizzly bear and feed it. So I didn't get to feed the bear, but I fed the baby tiger, and then my friend Alex fed like the adult tiger.
You guys collabed?
We did. They collabed. So it was a really amazing experience, and I'll be posting that on the San Diego Scout. It's a really cool place, and they do like lots of cool, amazing work there. And obviously for the animals, but just it's a really cool place to go. And the tigers, the baby ones, they were like running and playing and like hiding and then like tackling each other. Oh my God, it was so freaking cute. And then we saw black bears. We saw the girl grizzly bear like sleeping, but she was kind of far away. And then we didn't see the boy grizzly bear at all. We saw black bears. We saw the lions, and they have multiple different tiger cages. And then the baby tigers, there was like a leopard, and yeah, it was so cool. They're so beautiful.
So cool. And that's in Alpine?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we went to lunch at this really cute like little tavern thing there. that felt like we were, it just
Oh,
feels like a
yes.
whole different,
Like you're not in San Diego. Like
right.
yeah.
It felt like we were like in Lake Tahoe or something. Like it's like a
Mhm.
really cute little mountainous place.
And for those of you who have never been to California, that's what we're talking about when we say we have it all. Like you could be, and then she could watch sunset at the beach, you
right.
know?
hmm Oh yeah, I was home by like 2.
We got it all.
Yeah. So that was really fun. Everyone should check them out if you like wild animals. And it's just different than like the regular zoo. They actually have an Airbnb there that you
I
can
was
rent
just
and
gonna
stay at.
say, so my best friend Stephanie back home, I always tell her because like she like loves animals, and so I like send her things on it all the time because I'm like, for your bachelorette, like I think we should rent this and like stay there and do that, and you get to like feed the animals and have lunch and dinner. I think they bring in a chef and stuff if you do that, if you like get their Airbnb, and I always tell her I'm like, we need to do that.
And if you stay at the Airbnb, like you're allowed to wander the property at night alone, which like when we went, you have to be with like the guides or whatever during the day. But they were like, you get like lanterns and you can go around at night alone. And that's when the animals are like really active at night.
Nope. FaceTime me. No.
I'll be out
Love
there.
that for everyone else.
I'll be out there with the grizzly.
Yeah, I would be out there with the grizzly in its mouth. So,
No, you wouldn't. There's fences.
yeah, my luck. I'm going to be like wanting to be too nosy and it's going to get me killed. You know?
Well,
I'm like, but let me get the shot. Let me get this pic real quick. I think we're talking to each other. I'm pretty sure
you would be that person at the zoo
Yes.
that climbs in the cage.
I hate to say it, but I think I might. Because I'd be like, we're going to be friends. That's my toxic trait. Is like thinking that I can befriend a wild animal. Like.
Oh, okay. So you're a dummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that sense, yeah. Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Very much so.
All right. Well, that was my updates. So
Love that. We had great weeks.
we did.
Someone who's not having a great week, Cardi B. Well, actually, she kind of is. So if you guys don't know, she's in court right now. And if you have seen anything, it is hysterical. So this security guard is suing Cardi B. She is a security guard at a medical building. And she is suing Cardi B for $24 million for aggravated assault, which turns out to be that Cardi B scratched her with her long, eccentric, bedazzled dagger nails. Mm-hmm. Because if this is what I think, I'm not quoting it directly, but she essentially on the stand is like, I don't know if you guys have seen her nails. They are always very long and they are sharp and they have a lot of things on them. And it's like, girly. So Cardi B is pregnant, I believe, with her first kid. So this has to be like 6 years ago or something. Like this wasn't like a recent situation. And she's going to the doctor's office. She has not announced her pregnancy, like none of the things, which wouldn't make it any better, but
Right.
still. So she notices this woman, filming her. And so she's like, hey, like, can you not film me? Like, put your phone away. And the woman just like makes it even more obvious then that she's filming her. And Cardi B then proceeds to walk up to her and confront her and say, like, stop fucking filming me. Like, I'm at the doctor's office. Like, please respect my privacy. And the woman proceeds to go off and say, you don't own this building. Is your name on this building? This is my building. I work here. I could kick you out of this building right now. And like, Cardi B's like, girl, just stop fucking filming me. Like, didn't say it was my building. Don't need it to be my building for you to respect my privacy, like whatever. So they ended up getting into like a heated exchange. And now here we are. And she's suing her for $24 million. And so what was so funny is and like to listen to these lawyers asking these questions, it's just so fucking funny because they're just like, it sounds so stupid. So at one point she says that like she's a bigger girl than her. And so the lawyer was like, well, what do you mean by that? How do you know that? What makes you say that she's bigger? And she's like, she's like, she's like, she goes, you have her medical records, right? Don't you? And they're like, yes, we have her medical records. And she's like,
yeah. She's like,
and
I
she
can
goes,
see her.
she's like, I'm 130 pounds at the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so funny. She's like, obvious. And then she was like, obviously, no, I don't think this is real. Like, she's suing me for $24 million. Like, no, like this didn't happen.
And she was like, she was gonna beat my ass. Hello. And the lawyer's like, hello.
It's just so funny. But what I will say is like when she was leaving, she was dressed in her white outfit and she's leaving the courtroom or the courthouse, and everyone online is like, she's pregnant. Like, so to circle back from a couple weeks ago, and again, like I said, even if she's not, she looks phenomenal, but she's looking a way in which she is carrying a child, not that she's, ate McDonald's every day. It's not giving McDonald's.
I've seen the clips of her on the stand, but I haven't seen the full body pics. From the court. Mm-hmm. But she's not still with her husband, is she?
No. So this would be Stephon Diggs, who plays for the Patriots.
Okay.
This would be his baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allegedly. So who is having a great week? Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Right after, I believe it was like almost like right after we finished recording, they announced their engagement. So she got engaged. Travis proposed to her with a, I believe, 10-carat ring, estimated to be around $550,000. Which, here's my thing: is that a lot of money? Absolutely.
It seems on the low end. More.
Right. Like I would have thought it would have been at least $1 million. And not because it has to be, not because that makes it better, like, but when you think about them, I mean, she's a billionaire. Like, and again, not that $550,000 is not a lot of money. Yes, it is a lot of money. I don't know.
But like Kim Kardashian had jewelry that was more than that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The ring didn't really do it for me. I didn't think.
Bigger doesn't mean better.
Correct.
Which,
I didn't like the setting really.
Yeah.
And then I saw someone online and they're like, can we just hurry up and fast forward? Like, I don't need to see this bitch pick a bad dress with a red lip. Like,
yeah. So they announced it on Tuesday because it was when I was on my way to the Olympics.
Right. They did, yes,
when you texted me about it. And yeah, I'm just over them. Mm-hmm. I like Taylor and I like her music. I like her older stuff better. Her most recent stuff is like, it's just whatever. I'm not like, I've been to a Taylor Swift concert back in the day when I lived in the Bay Area, before it was like, you have to like be on every pre list and like, yeah, I mean, great. I'm glad people like love her that much. It's not for me. I'm not like a hater. If her song comes on and I like it, cool. But I'm just also like not so invested in them. I just like don't. I'm just not like that invested in anyone like that.
Feel you.
Because they're just people.
Agreed.
I just don't care.
I mean, but the fandom that they have is just wild. I mean, one of my clients was like, yeah, my husband got an ESPN alert and he was like, no one cares. We don't need this alert for ESPN. Like, no. Thank you.
It's just, it's too much.
And we know we're going to just like keep seeing it until they get married and probably after too.
I thought it was tacky that she used her own song on the Instagram post.
I just think she's tacky.
Yeah.
personally. Really, really, really quickly, because I just think it's like so crazy. So the US Open is happening right now in New York. And I don't really follow tennis, in detail at all. But if you guys saw, there's two things that happened. One, this guy like took a hat from a kid. He was like, the tennis player was like giving the hat away, and this like guy just like came and snatched it like right from the kid. And turns out like this guy is like a CEO of like some big like Polish company. And he's like a millionaire. It's like, why would you, I mean, not that you have to, not that if you are any of those things, it makes it better, but like, why are you taking anything from a kid? Like,
Right.
come on. And then, of course it goes viral because it was like crazy that he did that. So then of course the kid gets to meet the tennis player and, so it ended up working out better for the kid. But like, what are you doing, my guy? Like,
Talk about tacky.
right. And then tacky, even more tacky is, I'm not going to pronounce this name correctly, but Taylor Townsend, who is an American tennis player, is playing against Yelena
Yelena Ostapenko.
Yes. So she
Don't
loses the match. Right. She loses the match to Taylor, and there was like controversy, and then she proceeds to yell at Taylor and tell her that she has no class and no education. And Taylor's like, you need to take your losses better. Like, have a great day. Congratulations. Goodbye. And she just put out an apology, I think yesterday. I want to say that this happened on like Wednesday or Thursday. And she said, sorry, there's like a language barrier. What I meant was that like she doesn't, we went to like different tennis education or something like that, and like there's tennis etiquette and it wasn't received, and like, sorry, like her words got misconstrued and it could come across as something different. It's like, nah, girl, you said what you said, and it had nothing to do with tennis etiquette.
Right.
And like then of course like the racism card is being, brought in, and it's like, you thought you could speak to Taylor a certain way, and like you meant what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like so gross. Like, we're athletes. We report on athletes all the time. Kelly had a loss this week. Mm-hmm. She was ready to shake his hand. Mm-hmm. He was the Helena of the situation this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you're at the US Open.
Yeah.
No one wants to lose. No one ever wants to lose. But when you do, you just accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't talk down to the person that beat you. That's on you. Be better.
Yeah. Tacky.
Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening there. And then really, really quickly, let's get into the Love Island reunion.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, didn't need to be that long.
No. And I hate that they took so long to do it, because most of it they weren't even talking about what happened on the show. They're talking about what's happened since the show. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's not the point of the reunion. The point of the reunion is what happened on the show. Mm-hmm. If you want to do a Where Are They Now, do that. But we don't care because we see on social media. So that was like one of my gripes with it, was that it's just like,
definitely they didn't too much time in between.
Yes. And they just like didn't talk enough about things that happened on the show.
Yeah. Ace just, you could have cleared a lot of things up, because I do think that you did have stuff that you could have had feedback on, First of all, you dress like a pastor, and like my friend was like, why does he look like that? And I was like, because he wants to be one. Like, he just like is very like better than thou. And like, I just like don't like that about him.
No, that's his energy, is like, I'm better than you. Like when he used to talk to Amaya about like trying to, you just do too much. It's always like, I'm better than you. And I'm going to like tell you. Yeah. That's his energy. Austin needs some help, maybe.
I
Allegedly.
saw that he was on a podcast, I don't know which one, but he beat an opioid addiction. He like had this like crazy experience, not with ayahuasca, but with something else. And he like realized like, oh shit, I need to clean my life up, and like cold turkey like stop abusing opioids. So I think that's like an incredible thing to overcome. But yeah, I mean, mhm.
I think maybe, yeah.
Maybe he hasn't fully kicked it.
Maybe there's something else. I don't know. He didn't seem in his right mind.
Coherent. He didn't seem present.
Yeah.
Did they even talk to Taylor and Clark?
They did talk to Clark briefly. They just asked, don't even remember what they asked. I do remember them asking them one thing, but like, not really.
Like for them to have been such a big part of the show, like I thought it was just so weird that they weren't really discussed.
I think it's because like even though they were such a big part, like they really didn't make it to the end. So like, which doesn't really matter. I just feel like this whole season was just like
a clusterfuck.
Yes, and the fact that they like with I'm trying to think of, it just flew out of my mind what I was going to say. Oh, when they asked like Amaya and Brian about like the rumors about what happened with him, and she was like laughing so dramatically, I was like, oh, did she like get into Austin's stash?
Well,
like,
also too, like you could tell that Brian and Amaya, they broke up directly after the show. Like
if not
like,
before.
Right.
Oh,
but like
after, yeah.
After,
I thought you meant,
yeah. But like kept up appearances, you know what I mean? And like was just basically like, they weren't giving I'm in love still at all on any of their interviews. And then there were so many like people there that didn't need to be there, that weren't even talked to, that I'm just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then we'll get into Kelly and I's favorite person, Huda. First of all, you're not going to get past Andy. Andy Cohen built reality TV, like built the Housewives. You think he's going to be intimidated by you, Huda, like Miss 24-year-old that's first time on reality television? Like, no, this man built, he walked so you could run. Like, you're not gonna get him. So I was in the kitchen. I think I was like finishing cooking, and insert person's name. And I said, pause it. I said, I'm going to answer for her. And I said, before she even says anything, this is what she's going to say, you know? And yeah, I know. I don't know why I said that. And I love Kelly. I think Kelly's beautiful. Kelly's perfect. Like, I have so much love for Kelly. Yeah, I know. Like, that was just like a bad, like, lapse of judgment.
About
like,
what?
Anything. Anytime Andy asked her or Ariana asked her about anyone, that was her answer. Because I kept doing it before she would answer. I'm like, pause, let me answer. And everything I said is exactly what she said after. That's all she did the entire time, was take zero accountability and then be like, yes. And then be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I love them though. They're so great. And it's like, if you love all these people and they're all so great, then why did you just talk shit on them every single moment that you had an opportunity to? And then I loved it when Annie clocked her and was like, oh, you grew so much in a month. Like, and then like the whole like, oh, I can't say anything because of Netflix. And like, you've been out in public with this person, their show is over. And then Netflix put out a statement saying, not true. we didn't say that. That's not a thing. And then she was like, well, really? She's like, no, it wasn't a thing. You're right. And she's like, I just didn't want to have to answer questions about my personal life. And I felt very bullied and uncomfortable. It's like, so every single time you are asked something, you feel bullied every single time? Every single time you're uncomfortable and don't like pressure?
Okay, so when they showed the whole Chris thing, like the whole conversation with her and Shelly, and then she's like, okay, that's exactly what I said. And then Shelly's like, no, it still wasn't clear.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I didn't think it was either. Like, I just was like,
She literally was like, I'm interested in Chris. He's interested in me. You're interested in him. So I'm going to bring him back so that I can get to know him, but you can still get to know him. Like verbatim. And it's still not clear.
No, because it's so malicious.
See, this is why I can't talk to you about it, because it's like we're never gonna see the same thing.
100%.
It's like it could not be more clear to me. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't agree. I do not agree with everything she does. I think definitely there's things that I'm like, okay, yeah, that's like weird. But even the when they showed the whole heart rate challenge, okay, so we're not holding Ace accountable for anything. Like, Shelly, get your man. Yeah. Why are you only mad at Huda, Shelly? Why aren't you looking at your man? And I'm sorry, did we not see what Shelly and Chris were doing the whole time? Like, Shelly's acting like
inside her thighs. Chris kissed inside her thighs.
But they were making out the whole time and like they were doing shit the whole time. So I'm like, why are you acting like you're so pissed that your friend is dancing on your man, but like you were over here doing all this shit with another man? Why are you so upset about what your man, like, you're so upset about this situation as if you were sitting back just watching?
So yet again, I think for me, it just goes back to the simple thing of you didn't have to choose Ace. That is your best friend. She kept saying, Shelly's my best friend. Shelly's my best friend. Why did you pick him? Then why did you pick your best friend's man?
And she didn't sit on his face.
She did not. Not in the things that we saw. She did not sit on his face. But it goes back to Kelly. Like, I'm never going to pick your boyfriend or the guy that you're interested in. I'm never going to do that. And if I did, you would look at me some type of way and be like, you're fucking crazy and wild for doing that. If I'm over here, Kelly's my best friend, Kelly's my best friend, Kelly's my best friend, and then I pick your boyfriend or your man to dance on, like, no.
She wouldn't be on this show.
Ace. She did not have to pick Ace. She did it because
if you're mad that she picked Ace,
she wanted to get Shelly mad.
But why isn't Shelly also saying, or why isn't anyone saying, but look at what Ace was doing?
I agree with that.
Shelly is very, very selective. Shelly is not a girl's girl. Do you agree that Shelly's not a girl's girl?
I think she has her moments where I don't think she is, but I think overall I think she is. But I do think that there are moments where I don't agree with what she said. And I will say, this is the only thing that I will say to stand up for Huda. I don't think it was right when Olandria brought up the incident about the George Floyd thing. Now, I say that to say, I think that's disgusting that someone would ever do that. That's disgusting. Mm-hmm. But that is not, Huda did not do that. Right. Nor did she know about it. Now, it's one thing if she knew about it and like liked it, or you know,
reposting it.
Right. Yeah. But to say to everyone, don't bully, don't leave hateful comments, and then these people still did, and she didn't know that this specific thing happened. Like, again, Olandria, I understand why you are so hurt, and it, like I said, it is disgusting, and that should never ever be done. But I don't think it's fair to hold Huda responsible for that.
Because I'm sure they're all getting
crazy,
horrible comments. And just because they're saying they're so-and-so's fan and also doing this does not mean that that person condones that behavior. And they can't be policing their comments at all times. Like, it's horrible. But like you said, it's not like she was like reposting it or like saying, yeah, like I love this. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's, and none of them can be responsible for like every single day being like, I'm going to sit here and post, like, don't bully people, don't post this, because they'd be doing it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's
And
not fair to say you have to post every single day and stand up for me.
right.
Because
Right.
then, okay, Alandria and Shelly, why aren't you posting every single day telling
Right.
people to stop bullying Huda? Because that's
Correct.
happening all day, every day too.
Yeah.
So
That's like the one thing that I did not think was fair.
I just feel like none of them are friends anymore.
Right.
I mean, like, about, like, because, like, Nick and Ace are now not for, like, going
Right.
at each other. It's just, like, the whole cast in...
It's giving
That's
tacky.
been this whole season. Because in all other Love Island seasons we've seen, like, the girls... like this throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
And even this season, like, we really saw a lot of like arguing amongst the girls.
Cattiness.
And yes, and the guys just like fighting. It just was not a good season overall. There was good moments, and like obviously we kept watching it, but it just really wasn't the Love Island that we're used to. And they had a really good season last year, and they tried to do it again, and it didn't work. So we will be switching. Well, I will be switching back to UK because the UK kills it.
There we go.
So that is it for this week. If you didn't know, or maybe this is your first time listening, we have been kind of switching off between shows and like personal life update type episodes. So this was more of our personal, and obviously we talked about a show because it was the reunion. But next week we'll be talking about shows again. So we'll be talking about Housewives and The Challenge. So make sure you are subscribed so that you hear that. But anyways, we do love to talk about all of those type of things and all the gossip, but we love to end each week by learning and growing. And each month we give each other monthly prescriptions. So since it is the end of the month, or it will be the beginning of the month by the time this episode is posted, we want to talk about how we did with our August prescriptions and then give new September prescriptions. So, as a reminder, what were our August prescriptions?
So, yours to me was to write everything down, was to start writing things down. I have not written anything down, but I also have not done anything that like what I would have benefited from. Like I didn't not do something that I would have benefited from writing something down.
Okay. So you failed.
Yeah.
Because you didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yours to me was to take a self-care day and like turn off my phone and not do anything that was like work or like task related. I also failed.
We are women of our word.
Yes. So what are our new ones?
So for you, I would actually love for you to read a book because I feel like you are a big reader and you haven't been lately. So I would like you to, get back into doing something that you enjoy.
Perfect. I could do that. I've been reading the same book since like February. I'd love to finish it. And read more. So, and I'm going on a trip this month, so I will be hopefully reading during that. Mine for you is, well, can I just give you the same one?
No.
Why not? Because I think you might benefit from it this month.
Nope. Can't give a new one. Gotta give a new one. Here's the thing. I know it's hard to come up with stuff for me because I'm perfect. Like, I know. I get it. But it could be something fun.
No. You have enough fun.
Do I?
Yes. Yes, you always have fun.
She's like, my goal for you is honestly don't have fun.
Have less fun. Okay. My prescription for you is to, I'm trying to think of the right word, besides just come up with, design a new outline.
Oh.
Like, not actual, like, physical outline, but like a new structure for our chaos.
Do you not like what we have?
No, I just think we should try something new.
Oh. Okay. Okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in Kelly's eyes, fuck it. Just
Well, it is broke. Okay, and so now here's our goals. What is one thing we're working on? You're working on.
silently killing Kelly with no trace back to me.
Perfect. Take me out of my misery. Doesn't have to be silent. You know where I live.
I am painting my room, redoing my room, so I'm going to get some paint samples this week.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is boundaries. It's not something I want to share on here, but with certain people, and maybe I will share eventually. I will share with you off here, but I've sent a couple like strongly worded texts recently, closing some doors on certain situations, and I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I love that.
So yeah. What's something you're looking forward to?
I have like a slightly less busy week, so I think I'm going to be able to get to the beach, which will be really nice, and do a Pilates class with some of my friends. So yeah.
Nice. I am going to dinner at AKA, which I haven't been to, so I'm excited for that.
Now, do they have a little speakeasy in the back?
Don't know, never been.
Okay. I think they might.
But that does sound maybe. I actually just haven't been out to dinner in general in a while, so I'm excited.
Love that.
What is something that made you feel like an adult?
Time management. I think I'm doing really great.
Nice. Mine was I hosted a like mini retreat for the sorority girls, and we did like a communications exercise and talked about feelings and all the things, and I felt very adult being like the host.
Good.
What is one thing you did to contribute to your mental health?
Got dressed up.
Nice. Mine was deleted dating apps. Some dating apps. What's your question?
Why?
They were not serving me positively.
Okay.
I'm still on Facebook dating.
Okay.
But I deleted the other Hinge and Bumble.
Okay.
So I still have Facebook dating, but I'm not. I mean, I'm on it.
Right.
But this is my thing. I would love for a man to take initiative, to be the one to reach out to me, to be the one to
court you.
Like, God forbid I want a man to do more than wave at me in a DM. And I don't think it's too much to ask. So I have some matches sitting there right now who are not saying anything. And it's just like, that's an ick to me. Yep. So I'm just, yeah.
I get that for sure.
And that's truly what my experience is on dating apps and has been. And people do not believe me. And I feel that I thought, okay, well, it's been a year and a half. Let me see if it's different, because I feel like people like to say, you don't put yourself out there. You don't do this. You don't do that. Well, now I'm on them and I'm trying to put myself out there and I've made matches, but I'm sorry, I'm not changing that I would like a man to put effort. And I don't think I should have to compromise that part. Like, not that I would never message a man first, but like, I mean, come on. It's like the bar is in hell and men still can't even.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like, it is frustrating and it does make me feel a type of way. And that's why I ended up deleting the 2 that I did, because I'm just like, I'm not
Right.
going to let myself go back to a place where I'm feeling bad about myself
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
men are making no effort
Mm-hmm.
or because I'm not getting matches or whatever. And
Agreed.
so people that know me in real life and think, oh, you're a catch or you're great or how do you not get matches? I don't know. And that's so nice of you, but I don't. And people don't reach out to me. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm not making this up. Maybe you're just being nice and I really am a loser. I don't know. But that's my experience and I don't like it. So that's all for this week. Hope you laughed and learned something. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you listen, YouTube, subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, share with a friend, rate us, review us, comment and let us know your answers to the questions. What are you working on? What are you looking forward to? What do you do for your mental health? We want to hear these things. Maybe give us some ideas of things we can work on or things that we could do for our mental health. Always take some tips, pointers, all the things. And yeah, we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.